Hey, GLP-1 plus sides community. Before we jump into the podcast, please take the time to leave us a 5-star review on whatever audio platform you're listening to the podcast on. Share your story and how the podcast has helped you. This will help us get referred up in the audio platform so that we can reach more people that need our help, our support, and guidance from our doctors. Help us get loud and change things. Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, wegovy, or Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity-related diseases and disorders and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault. Hey everyone, before we dive in, I really want to share something personal with you. About, I want to say like 8 to 10 months ago, after losing 100 pounds on GLP-1s and keeping it off for a long time, I started regaining out of nowhere, and I was terrified. But I also started having hot flashes and bouts of crying and snacky cravings and waking up at 3 a.m. unable to go back to sleep. It turns out I was in perimenopause. So I started hormone replacement therapy, which is also called HRT, through a telehealth called Winona that specializes in this. And it changed everything. And now I'm sleeping better. And my hot flashes are all but gone, thank God. And I feel like myself again. And it turns out that you can actually start perimenopause as early as 35. And well, I'm 46 and she's here. HRT has really come a long way and there's just no need to suffer anymore. So if you're like this and you're in the same boat, you can check out buywinona.com and you can use the link in our link tree to save some money.
Want the fastest working GLP-1? For half the price, Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper. With results you can see faster. Lose 15% of your weight with the formula from Eli Lilly that hits not one, but 2 hormones to curb hunger and nausea. Weight loss faster. Confidence higher. Price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, wegovy, or Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity-related diseases and disorders and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone.
navigating coping skills in your life where you use food, alcohol, or other drugs, shopping, gambling, sex, or if you are obese and you're wondering what medical solutions are available to you, or if you have children that are overweight and you're wondering what to do about it, I highly recommend that you listen to my new podcast, The Easy Way Out with Dr. Joy Bracey. I've lost 165 pounds over the last 16 months, and it's been an emotional journey more than anything. Easy Way Out started as a podcast about whether or not I should have weight loss surgery to handle my chronic obesity, but it ended up in places I did not expect. My personal favorite episode is Shut Up Fatty, and it's with my daughter and my son, who are now adults, and we covered what it was like for them to grow up in a fat family and how I handled the fact that they were overweight and what I could have done better as their mom. You'll be tearing up one second and cracking up the next. You can find The Easy Way Out with Dr. Joy Bracey anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Welcome to the Plus Sides Podcast.
Howdy.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you this
Hello.
evening?
Happy New Year.
Oh my gosh. We are into season 3 at this point. We are in it. 3 seasons. It's freaking bananas. It's crazy.
It's great. I
Yeah.
know.
Did you guys
We're
ever
coming
think
off-
that less than a year ago that this would even be like what it is? It blows my mind.
No doubt.
It-
Yeah.
less than a year. We started in April and we're ginormous. Like in
Was it
comparison to
April?
where, people,
Yeah.
nobody gets this many people this fast. It's because people are so desperate for knowledge, which of course we're going to have here today, and not from us because we're just along for the ride,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. I'm so excited. Anyway, it's been a day for me. How about y'all? How have yesterday been? Good.
It's been a recovery day because I'm still on a GLP-1 meetup high.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Is that what that was? Is that a high? I got to tell you, it was really good. I mean, aside from, events
Right.
that shall remain nameless. Aside from that, we grew as a team. We worked together. We got some content. We grew. We got to meet a Braxton. Like I
We
got to
meet
interview
so
a bunch
many
of doctors on a panel.
Yeah.
And I have a fear of public speaking, but I was just going for it. I think I was too shell shocked to get nervous. Yeah.
We met
Yeah,
so many
spoiler
members.
alert.
It was great.
I had
It
no
was-
idea that I was going to be interviewing everybody. I just thought I was
Right.
on the panel.
Opportunity to meet people in real life that you interface with
Yeah.
daily. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
is this really you? I felt like I just wanted to touch people just to make sure that it was really them.
Yeah. The first time I did it when we did Nashville, it was really overwhelming and overstimulating
I
to meet
bet.
all of those people for that same thing. And it was just like a rush. You walk in a room and all these people you see just right or like right in your face, And honestly, they
Yeah.
were all just as beautiful in person, if not more so. Like as humans, and like honestly, it was really good. And then
Mhm.
this time I didn't feel that way at all. I think I just kind of had prepared myself that it might be like that. It wasn't that way, but I don't know if it's because I had my professional capacity
You were working.
hat on.
Like, you
Yeah,
had
because I was
the-
working. But I was working before too. I
know, but-
recorded community stories and stuff. I was there, but this time it was like a full on. We were co-hosting, right? So,
Right.
but I think it was good. I really do. I
Yeah.
do think our team really found a good stride then too, which is important.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Thank you very
We got
much,
lots
to
of work
Dr.
to do.
Angelina, for putting it
Yes,
on.
we love Dr. Angelina.
It
Yes.
was such a great event. And I still have to get all the photos, all of the videos
yeah.
together because we got so much content and people like in the moment, which I think is priceless,
Yeah, I agree. It was really good. Yeah. So I loved all the lives, and we'll cut those and bring them down. We did our photo shoot for our team, so we've got lots of new pictures that are coming
was
out.
so fun.
It was so fun. It really was, right? She is our official. Ashley Abar is our official.
We
Plus
love
Size
Ashley
podcast.
Abar. We love
We
her.
do love her. We do.
Yeah.
She's our official plus size podcast photographer and
Mhm.
maybe videographer. I don't know what her skill set is, but she's pretty awesome. I mean, she was crawling all up on that floor, getting the perfect angles. I
Yeah.
like me a perfect angle. I like
She's
it.
so tiny too. She's just like,
I know, but she wasn't before. She just
Yeah.
straps it all in, roll it on the ground, and it was awesome.
It was
I know, it was
great.
awesome. It was
Yeah,
such a good
it
experience.
was.
Yeah. I
So
hope
much-
everybody, if they're looking for headshots or anything, or to do like one of those boudoirs or anything like that, it was like I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna do it, aren't you? Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
We can't
Megan
do it
said it was
Tuesday
great.
Couple Day because I think I'm going to do it as a late 50th birthday present for my hubs.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Oh, that'll be
Well,
great.
anyway, if you
Being
don't know
gross.
us,
I'm sorry, guys. That was probably TMI.
Not really. Listen, you got it. Get it.
Yeah. We're like, okay, moving on.
Sorry, guys.
I know why. But if you don't know me, my name's Kim. I just quick. I should have done a quick drive by. We were grown out of a community, I guess you'd call that, and TikTok, and we all take this medication for different medical reasons, and a lot of us struggle with the disease of obesity and insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetes, all just like kind of a spectrum of issues. And we all were able to bond there and grow together and change mentally and physically. And so we just thought, what if we talk about it a lot more? What if we get into it a little bit more and we could learn all the things we wish we had known in the beginning because there was no resource. We wanted to create one. So that's what we do here. But that's what we do. So anyway, I'm Kim and this is JT and this is Kat. And if you guys want to give a quick who you are, that's cool. Do it.
Tell me, JT.
Oh, by the way, plus 10. If all of our 12,000 listening audience, we're shaking our
holding up our
water bottles.
Stanleys.
Variety of water bottles you can find on our link trees.
Yes,
I have the
many water bottles. Plus size water bottle, and we have the Stanley that's in the shape of the Mounjaro, and on the thing. But you just have to be that. It could be they have zepbound, all the things. But we have plus 10 for $10 off, and it will help support the podcast.
Yep. Yes.
What about you, Kat? Who are you? What you do?
Hey,
what about you, JT?
I'm Kat.
Hey, Kat.
I would say I am the resident, I guess, fitty enthusiast. Do you know what? Speaking of, so I just been doing baby workouts all weekend because of the meetup.
Yeah.
My first day back, 450 rides at my cycle bar this morning. I've been since 2021. I've taken 450 classes.
Whoa.
But I almost died on the bike today. It's been 4 or 5 days since I've done a spin class, and I think, yeah, but it felt good to be back on the saddle.
Well, you're our favorite fat fitty. Taking it back. Kat's taking back the fat. She likes to take back the fat word. Fat fitty.
Right, fat fitty.
What about you, JT? Who are you? What you doing? How are you? Who are you?
I am just a sky goddess that loves Biscoff fatty. And
goddess.
I am a sky goddess that loves Biscoff fatties. That is a Biscoff fatty, and just happen to have a thing called type 2 diabetes, obesity, and Sjogren's. But who's counting? Nobody.
Yeah, sure. We're not. Yeah. Nobody's looking.
Yeah, and just happy that we're talking about all the things with health, wellness, and these medications. Yeah.
Me too. That's right. We're here to help people. We are so glad that you are here with us, and we hope that you will learn some stuff today. We have our community guest, Claire, that I'm going to invite in. And then after that, we have paired, if you don't know much about it, we always try to back up all of our stories and experiencings. We try to validate it with facts, science, and data because we're trying to change things. We really, really are, which we want more affordable access to medications. And we want to try to remove the stigma because it's straight trash. And we're about done. So without further ado, I'd like to invite our special community guest. Hey, Claire. How you looking fabulous. Come on, Lord.
I know. Doesn't she look wonderful?
Thank you
she does.
so much.
You're welcome. How are you feeling?
I'm great. I'm
Good.
just happy to be here with you lovely ladies, just trying to help do my very, very small part in breaking the stigma of obesity.
Yes. Well, we're really glad to have you. You do a lot. So if you guys don't follow Claire, she is for sure one of my top favorite creators. I literally talk about her like in lives. Like, if you're not following Claire, you should follow her. You should follow Claire. This is you, right? Claire Bear Blackheart.
Yes.
That's you on TikTok, right? Okay, good. Yep. Yeah. I don't even know because I just have you as Claire. Yes. She is incredibly funny, kind, and entertaining. So if you are not following her, you need to. We're going to put a link in the show notes so they can just go straight to your TikTok because they should. It's awesome. You're awesome. I love you. So glad you're here. It took too long.
It did. I don't know.
You're hard nut to crack. I'll get you.
The stars had to align. The stars had to align.
They did. All right. So what we usually do, Claire, is and don't feel nervous. Everything's cool. It's just me. It's just us. We're just hanging, just tell us a little bit about your story. Like, I've seen a lot of your videos talking about your story. It touches me to my core, and just, it's unfiltered, uncut. Like, we're not going to change anything, unless you're like, take that out, 'cause I farted, I'm just going to leave it in. So
such a boy mom. I love it.
Huge boy mom.
Such a boy mom.
I know. Facts. So what we'll do is we'll just be quiet and give you the stage so you can take the space. Okay.
Okay. Don't be too quiet. If it gets quiet, you got to jump in. Okay.
Of course.
So, I mean, I really feel like my story, before I came on, I said, I don't feel like I have anything to say. Like, I feel like I'm just an average person, but, I think a lot of us feel like that. Kim said we do. I think a lot of us think that we are not anything special. And maybe that's exactly why this might help somebody to hear. But, I grew up just kind of an average size, I think. I mean, I always thought I was fat, but I think that comes with girl territory, especially if you grew up in the 90s. Y'all, were the images that were put in front of us were Kate Moss. So, I mean, we felt like we were huge. But it wasn't until I was an adult that I was actually obese. And my family was, my mother's side of the family was also heavy. And I basically battled in every way that I could. And it was a lot of restricting, trying to join programs. My mother was in Nutrisystem, and I think I tried to steal some of her little foods. It was like special chips and things like that. But she didn't want me to be part of that because she was trying to give me this healthy, body image and diet. But me and my brother would go and sit at these Nutrisystem meetings with her, and she would buy us McDonald's, and we'd sit in the hallway while she would go in and have these meetings and have this special food she'd bring home. And she would have it in a separate cabinet. And I don't know if that set the tone for me. I don't know. I was little, I was still eating Happy Meals, but in my head, I was like, I must have internalized, this is what we're going to do. We're going to worry about our weight in this way. And then when I was in my, early 20s, I joined Weight Watchers with her, and we would go and weigh in every week. And at some point I reached a lifetime, a goal member, a lifetime member. They asked me to be a leader of Weight Watchers I think I was 22. And, I had no business at 22 being a Weight Watchers leader, to be honest. I mean, that's crazy. I said no, because I knew that I didn't know how to lead women in what they eat. You know what I mean? So it didn't take long to gain that weight back, because there was something in me that just, y'all, I mean, I know that you ladies can probably understand, but if you haven't struggled with what we call food noise or obesity, this might not make sense to you. But there was a beast within me that there is no denying. I mean, there's that, it's a hormonal drive that you cannot ignore. And so when I would come home ravenous, it didn't matter how hard I white knuckled it, it would win. So you could compare that to addiction, to drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever you want to compare it to. But it was something that I could not beat. And so that restriction, it never lasted long. I would do the yo-yo, lose some, gain some, lose some, gain some. And that repeated for years and years and years. And when I had my daughters, that didn't make it easier to have two little girls and working full time. I mean, then it just continued to pile on, and I got bigger and I got bigger, and finally I hit the highest weight I've ever been. And I'm like, I got to do something about this. And then my mom died. She was only 55, and it was heart related, and she was heavy. I'm like, does this have to do with her weight? I need to do something for myself. Went to the doctors. I tried Contrave, if you've heard of Contrave. I tried phentermine bunches of times. And the thing is, I will say about phentermine is it worked for a month, and then it stopped working. It was not effective anymore. I know a lot of people have side effects with phentermine, but it did. I liked phentermine for the time that it worked for me. And so I would get down a little bit. I would get up, and then I would get down a little bit, and then I get up. And I recently opened my MyFitnessPal app, and I could see 12 years of data. Literally, it was of data where I'm like up and down and up and down. I started tracking on that app when it was popular 12 years ago when my daughter was born. And it is crazy to see, like, literally just beating myself down, like trying to restrict, restrict, gain, restrict, gain, restrict, gain. And then in my little chart, you can see a sharp drop off where I started GLP-1 medication, and I got lower than I have ever gotten. And in that time, I had done everything. I had gotten so hardcore into running. I ran a marathon. I ran many half marathons. I would get up at 4:00 in the morning because it's a lifetime of being told, don't be lazy, get up, go run, stop being a lazy ass. So that's what I did. I bought all the shoes, all the compression socks, and I ran my happy fat ass around my neighborhood until I could outrun everybody that I knew, but I was still sitting at over 200 pounds. It does, took a long time to understand that the moving component is actually a very small component when it comes to your actual weight. But I went through that. I've been through the ups and the downs, and I have only in the last year finally in my adult life, under 200 pounds. And it was all GLP medication. And this was, I had a loss of my husband in that time. My husband died 10 years ago next month. So you couple that, the stress of grief, the stress of raising daughters by yourself. And then on top of that, people telling you just eat less and move more. Come on, don't be lazy, So that's kind of the nutshell of my story. When I found GLPs, everything changed. Everything changed. I was able to manage that beast that was constantly over me.
Yeah. And about now, and you don't have to share if you don't want to, obviously, but like, do you, in terms of your like weight loss, I remember you saying you were at 100 pounds recently or something like that.
Yes.
Weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes.
And how are you? I think people want to know, like, from us that have been at it for even about 18 months now, right? Too?
15 months I've been on GLP. So I just hit 100 pounds, 101 pounds. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Me too. That's interesting. Yeah. So that's so cool. I mean, I think people are asking me a lot right now, and I'm still very, very far from any kind of maintenance, but like, how do you feel about that? I mean, we've seen like some data show different things. We've seen some people in our community, are doing okay, right? That have come off of it. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, maintenance scares me to death because I think it does probably look different for everybody, just like the medication looks different for everybody. Some people don't ever have to go past 7.5 or 10 milligrams and they're able to stretch out their doses, and other people are chilling on 15 milligrams. And, even to me in my head, I can't even imagine being on 15 because I haven't had to get there, and to me, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever. I have my saying to myself is it ends at 10. I don't think I'll ever have to go above 10 milligrams because I have some 10, it works well. And I'm in a range where I would consider it maintenance. Like I'm within that decade, those pounds.
Yeah.
I don't want to go, I'm in the 150s. I don't want to go in the 140s. So to me, I'm like, if I can stay in the 150s, I'm happy. It's good on my frame. So I'm scared of maintenance just because I've never had to do it. Like, I've never been here. What is this? What is maintenance? I've never been there. But I think it's just going to be a matter of playing with a dose. It's going to be like, should I spread out the days more? Should I lower the dose down to, should I go to 5? Should I go to 2.5 at some point? I think but I'm not, I haven't got to do that yet.
Quick pause here. I've had moments on my GLP-1 journey where insurance changes or rising costs force me to look for a new provider. And honestly, that process can feel very overwhelming. But that's why the Plus Size Podcast is partnered with GLP Winner to give our subscribers a resource to help them make that decision easier. GLP Winner is a comparison platform that lets you explore telehealth providers in all 50 states, whether you're looking for brand name medications or compounded options. You can see pricing up front, read reviews, and get a clear picture of which provider might align best with your needs. Check it out today at glpwinner.com/plus sides. That's glpwinner.com/plus sides. Don't forget the Z. Let me tell you a quick story. I was telling Kat how I was regaining weight after my 100-pound loss using GLP-1 medications, and I was having snacky cravings and waking up at 3 a.m., and I had hot flashes, and I was worried. But Kat was like, listen, I went through this last year. It's perimenopause, and I started HRT, and she used this company called Winona. So I started going there to see if this was something that was going with me. Turns out it was, because I'm 46. And it's been amazing. It's taken a while to find the right dose, but once I did, it's just been huge. I've been sleeping. I feel more myself again, and the hot flashes are gone, which is, geez, really bad. So I will tell you, it's just been so big for me. And so I wanted to partner with them on the podcast because obviously many of our listeners are going through this same age range and definitely are having these issues. And there's just no need for you to suffer. So if you go to the link that's in our link tree, you can click on that and save money. If you go there and you meet all the criteria, and this might be something for you to try. So I just want to make sure you had this great resource because it's just been such a big difference for me and Kat. Again, you can go to the link in our link tree and get what you need.
"20 seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise." That's the power of GLP-1s through Ro. Ro helps find the medication that's right for you, based on cost, availability, and your weight loss goals. Losing weight with GLP-1s is possible through Ro.
Yeah. I think that it's interesting, like hearing from different people saying, well, hey, I'll space out my shots. And then like for me, like, I have no idea what that's going to look like, but for me, my inflammation is so bad. I can't even imagine going more than 7 days, but then we have some people that come on and they'll be like, oh, I'm doing 5 every like 14 days. And I'm like, what? It's great. It's just so different for everybody, and like JT has type 2. So hers is even a little bit more complicated, I think it's kind of weird being the guinea pigs, I think.
Yeah. I think so, but even that's one thing that TikTok has been so great. Like our community is hearing other people's, and I'll reference Michelle just because she's talked about it and we all know who Michelle is. But she has said in many of her recent videos, like that she's on 15 and she does not even feel this massive suppression, Yeah. And I'm like, man, I can't even imagine because I don't think I'm ever going to be at 15. I just don't think that my body it just responds different.
Yeah, totally.
And speaking of that inflammation, Kim, this is so crazy. One of the weirdest side effects it's a good side effect that I had. So I've had this nose ring and I've had it for years. Okay. I've had this nose ring forever, but it never felt like completely healed, I guess. It was fine. It would just be fine there, but it was just, I didn't realize that it was not all the way healed until like right after I started taking Mounjaro. All of a sudden I could change my nose ring. It was like not an issue. And I figured out it was the inflammation. It was not healing. And so it was swollen in there. And as soon as I started Mounjaro, even though I'd had this piercing for years, as soon as I started Mounjaro, my nose suddenly, all of a sudden that ring is like, it's even like slides around in there. It's perfectly healed. My feet are a full size smaller in my shoe. And I haven't had a migraine headache in like a year. Like, what is that? It's crazy.
Yeah. I think some things that we've learned from some doctors on the show is one of them said it to us. He said, I'm sure you've had doctors say this all the time. He goes, obesity is a chronic inflammatory disease. And we all went, we've been talking to doctors for a long time. And we were like, oh my God. And then he was like, it affects Dr. Rona. He goes, it affects every organ in your body. It's why like you're at risk for like 13 different kinds of cancers. The inflammation in your body is bad, right? Yeah. And that all has to do with it. So if you treat the disease, you treat the inflammation, right? And it's like we've been learning a lot about that with them. And it's like, but when we heard him say that, and all of us feeling like, and even Rachel talk about it, right? It's just like the reduction of inflammation like in her body, but even she could space out her shots. Blows my mind. But I cannot go that long. I feel like 6 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about like with your suppression and stuff. Like, we mentioned Michelle's been on the show. And she always talks about like, hey, like I have a wall. I stop eating, but like, do I eat 2 pieces of pizza if I want it? Yeah. And she's always, said that she's never felt this like intense suppression, but I gotta tell you, that blows my mind too. I'm the same way. I have like crazy suppression and I have to make myself eat. I have to, and that's 12.5, So it's like, it's so crazy how it's different for everyone,
Truly, everybody.
Yeah. And like, Kat is on 15 and that's a bit, what she calls it Big Daddy.
That's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy's 15.
Big
Manhandles her. But even then, that's almost been, I think, a really good dose for you though, Kat, right? Like you started to lose a good bit then with Big Daddy.
Yeah, I started to lose again. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. It's like, I really think that it would be cool if maybe we had someone we all really like a lot that was a clinician that knew about these medications that could join us right now and answer some of these questions.
That'd be amazing. I think we should have that.
Hey, it's Bourbon RX.
What's up, Bourbon?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been a while since you said let's talk about it. I feel like that's not been happening in your shtick anymore.
I don't know. It just comes out naturally. If it comes out, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
You don't really need the shtick anymore, man. You're just you.
Do you say that when you're speaking with your patients? Like, let's talk about it.
I actually do.
Awesome.
I actually do.
Oh my God.
I think I want to join IVM just for that.
Some patients request it. They're like, "Can you say it?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll say
that's
it."
adorable.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm like, "Okay,
Isn't
I'll
that
say it."
sweet?
It is kind. It is kind.
It is sweet. Yeah.
I love it.
It's kind. That's very nice.
So, as you've heard Claire's great story, we have some questions for you, but there are some people who may not know you because we're on the YouTubes,
We are. Yes.
And you were on episode 2 with us, which is Mayfalls. It was such a good episode.
Well, it's good.
Literally the first clinician to ever discuss compound. And that was a big deal.
Yes.
Because listen, I had to put out like a friggin' petition to get all these doctors and guilt them like a mama to be like, you better get on here and talk about this. Because if you don't talk about it, people are going to do it. They're going to go and make stupid or misinformed, likely stupid mistakes. So you've got to like say what equals okay and what equals not,
Right.
Like,
Totally.
So I'm just really thankful for that because that, that was like a catalyst for me to be like, well, Bourbon said so. And they were like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Who says that?
It was the same things they said.
Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna come.
But having the compound pharmacist on that episode was good.
No, that was fire.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
Yeah. So anyway, good episode, good talk. But we want to kind of go into it, but again, like people that don't know you, Bourbon RX / Chace. Tell us who you are and how you help people.
Yeah, so I go by Bourbon RX on TikTok. My name is actually Chace, as you can see. I'm a board certified nurse practitioner. Most of my experience was primary care based. The last time we talked, I was in the primary care world, and it treated everything there, but kind of tried to focus on obesity management because we don't have obesity specialists in Owensboro, Kentucky. But now I actually do telemedicine with IVM Health, focusing solely on obesity management at this point. So, just making it more accessible to the masses. So it's been a great ride.
Yeah, that's awesome. We love IVM. Clearly,
Yeah, we do.
They're all over our commercials. We love IVM. Yes, and all the people there. They're like awesome. So that's a cool place for you to land. I love it.
Oh yeah, we got a squad. We got a cool team, and I love it. I mean, it's just a cool atmosphere. So it's great.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. In terms of like what you're doing there and it being like different than what you were, like is everything virtual?
Everything is virtual. Yeah. I mean, so right now IVM does 49 states, not Mississippi because of Mississippi laws, but I mainly see like the Southeast. So Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, Virginia, randomly Oklahoma. I know that's not the South. Don't crucify me, but Oklahoma and Texas. So those are the states that I personally service.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
legit.
Awesome.
It's very fun.
It's
Legit.
Yes,
It's legit.
man. Yeah. All right. So listen, it's been. I just went into a song lyric. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Random. It's been a long weekend. Okay. So
I'm
we've
drinking.
already done it. It's not alive. It's been quite a year for GLP-1 therapies, right? And pharmaceuticals. What are some of the things that you would see coming down the pipeline for this year and 2025?
Well, I can hope that coverage increases. I think it's increasing, day by day. I mean, some insurances are pulling back and some are going forward. Hopefully, new medications, retatrutide, is in studies right now. I fully expect like 25, maybe 2026 that will come out. Probably 26 to be fair, but hopefully more access. Things are changing. One cool thing I saw on Twitter, there's a bunch of New Jersey physicians that have banded together to put together a bill as far as prior authorizations are concerned. And I'm pretty sure it passed in New Jersey. So you have a 24-hour turnaround. There has to be transparency. The insurance companies have to say who they're denying and why. And and when you do peer-to-peers, you have to speak to a provider that is in that specialty.
Just
random, like
not an ophthalmologist, right? For instance,
right?
Yeah.
For state healthcare or like.
I think it's all of New Jersey. Yeah, it just came out. I saw it on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah,
so
I heard there was something bubbling in New Jersey, but I didn't.
I do remember that.
I'm not familiar with. That's big.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be a big change in 2024. Hopefully that kind of spreads throughout the U.S. for transparency on PAs. It makes it a little easier, and accessibility grows. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see.
I think it'll take legislation,
Oh, it's tempting.
Yeah.
And if we see this in one state, I think we'll start to see it in other states. That's usually how it works. It's a very litigious country.
And Kentucky will get it last because we're the slowest state in the United States.
I'm not sure.
I don't
Texas.
know about that one. Texas might have you.
Texas is pretty slow. That's true.
Yeah.
You're right.
But they do have a huge healthcare system. Like there's like all the big things are in Texas, because everything's big in Texas.
True that.
They don't like nurse practitioners in Texas. I can tell you that.
What?
Really?
They don't. Yeah, the medical association hates them. Yeah.
What?
I would never practice there. No. Yeah. It's very restrictive. And
that's ridiculous. There's not enough doctors. We need that. That's
and PAs. I agree. Yeah. Tell them.
Oh, wow.
Do you hear me, Texas?
I can already see the comments.
Yeah.
I can see the comments. That I'm a Texas hater now or something like that. So.
Oh yeah,
that's on TikTok, on YouTube.
Don't come after me.
Yeah, it's just something for them.
Do not come at me, bro. Do not come at me.
Don't come at me, bro.
The Mayo Clinic is getting into telehealth now. So do you see this becoming more and more common in the GLP-1 landscape?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's twofold. It's the fact that there's, a very limited amount of obesity management physicians, like board certified in obesity management. I want to say it's like 6,500 in the entire United States. And there's a lot of primary cares that just aren't familiar with GLP-1s. I had to do extra like CEs or continuing education on my own to really know what the heck I was talking about. So, I mean, to answer the question, I think due to accessibility, I think they're here to stay. They're here to stay, and we realized how easy it was for patients and beneficial during COVID because we did a lot of telemed. Insurances were paying for it, and so a lot of us got used to being on camera. And if you need your blood pressure medicine changed, you don't have to go to the doctor and risk getting the flu. You just pop on to telemed, and I think it's going to boom. I think everybody's going to have telemed at some point.
I think it's good. I mean, like I would say in terms of obesity, especially our friends that are, I would say, 400, 500, 600, 700 pounds because we have them
Right.
in our community.
Yeah.
Like, what about their mobility, and what about where they're mentally in terms of giving up, right? It would be more simple, and I think less of like a barrier to entry to be able to have access to telehealth for them. We had one that's going to be on our show, and that's exactly what would have helped him a lot, because his mobility was so limited. So I think it's good. I really do. I think it's important, and the even just access to care, even if it's like, of course, you want access to medicine, but I got to tell you, I think it's really powerful to have somebody like go, did you know that obesity is a disease? Like if I could ask any clinician anywhere, if you want to have a conversation with someone about their weight, first ask them if you can. Ask them if you can discuss it, get consent, right?
100%. Yeah.
And then after that, say, did you know obesity is a disease and it's not your fault and it's metabolic and there's things you can do now to treat it? I swear people will melt. Like, if someone had said that to me long ago, I'd probably have a slew of kids right now, because I would have gotten treated and been able to have more children, And I think that if we could have more clinicians do that, and unfortunately, I feel like many, from what we've seen, it seems like in person, that's more the exception to the rule, And so at least if you're going to like a practice that's used to treating people with obesity, you're going to get people to get it.
Right. 10 of 10. And, because, you have basically people that specialize in it, and we're the newest treatments, and we're non-judgmental. And, the conversations I get to have and with my current practice, they're phenomenal. And you can see it on people's faces when they're heard and validated. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And I get to do it, roughly 32 times a day. So wow. a lot of patients. Yeah, I'm booked out for the next 6 weeks. But
whoa.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Don't get sick.
Yeah, no kidding. Flu's going around here, so no kidding. But I put my availability in, and it's bang, it's booked within 3 hours. It is nuts. So, but
wow.
But yeah, it's the accessibility and people that actually care and will listen. And to your point about speaking on obesity, in my primary care practice, I never brought it up ever. I just didn't, because people would ask me, they'd be like, "You're not going to get on to me about my weight?" I said, "No." Yeah. Why not? I said, "Well, it's in your brain that you want to change it. So why do I need to preach to you? I don't need to do that." So yeah, I never brought it up. That not one time did I ever be like, "It's because of your weight that your knees hurt." Not one single time did I ever bring it up.
So. Yeah,
that's good. I have always had the opposite experience.
Most people do, and it's mostly not to be ageist. Mostly the older docs,
but it is.
Yeah, it's mostly the older docs.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that actually when we interviewed you, Chace. I said I have a millennial doctor, and she was the first one to ask me, "Is it okay if we talk about your weight?" I said,
"Yeah,
you're right, not to be ageist, but
yeah." I'm not trying to be, but it's just an old school mindset. That's what they were taught in medical school. It's nothing against them. It's just that's what they were taught. And,
true indeed.
Yeah. So I don't blame them. It's just the way they were learned.
They were taught.
See, and here's the thing, I do, because I feel like at this point, the science is so clear, the evidence is so clear, that if they continue to be ignorant, it's willful ignorance, and I do not excuse willful ignorance. So
I don't disagree.
If you're ignorant in general, you don't know, to me that just means not informed, right?
Right.
But there's no way that you should not, when obesity is 40% of America, 70% if you're counting overweight, right? And all these people with insulin resistance, we know what a problem is. We know that it's genetic, and we also know the food plays a role. Figure it the F out. Figure it out now, because I'm only doing that because, I really held that F word back, because it's ridiculous. All of the information is available. And I get they're not going to go and do a deep dive to find out all of the latest heart conditions and therapies, but obesity, come on, bro. It's, so I care now. If you don't know, I'm okay with it. But if you don't know and you're not willing to learn, then I'm gonna call your ass out.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
What'd you say? Yeah.
It's a new
Yeah.
Kim.
Yeah. You got those doctor surveys, post visit surveys now
Like,
too. So
you need to learn about
Sure.
it. Here's a link to a trial.
Be better. Be better.
Be better.
That's it.
it's the angry typing.
Yeah. That's
You know,
angry typing.
You know what? Speaking of like finding doctors that are kind to you, I have a question about like if we have one of our listeners is listening to us for the first time, or they're just considering speaking with their doctor about GLP-1 therapy. What sort of tools do you suggest they equip themselves with, and do you recommend any resources besides, like, say, Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk's websites?
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic question. You know, I mean, I don't want people to Google things, but I do. I mean, there is some good stuff out there. You know, like Mayo Clinic, we brought them up earlier. They actually have really good articles on every disease process in like the world. Yep. But, you know, GLP-1s and, knowledge is power. And so if you do go in with like at least a small understanding of your options, you know, whether it be GLP-1s or Contrave or Qsymia, I don't really like those that much. But if you, arm yourself, knowledge is power, and health literacy is massive. So I would say start there. I mean, like I said, use reputable sources like Mayo, Johns Hopkins, stuff like that. Not like random. Plus size podcast. Find good reputable information from healthcare providers, because I mean that's our job. Technically, you shouldn't have to seek out stuff, but if we're doing our damn job right, you shouldn't. But not everyone does. So, I do think it's important to arm yourself with knowledge, because like I said, knowledge is power. I have no better way to say that. But and the websites are not bad. I mean, the websites, Eli Lilly, Novo, I mean, they do have great explanations. Some of their stuff is like, probably a little biased. So. Which understandably, capitalism, what up, but it's a good place to start.
This episode.
Capitalism,
what up?
Yeah, like
I feel like that's a good title.
I like it. Thumbnail right there. But yeah, I mean, it's a good place to start, because you'll get the rough rundown, and especially I think it was Lilly. They have non-branded really good stuff on obesity and PCOS and cancer risks and all these things. And it's non-branded, so it's just data. Okay, just data. So, but yeah, Lilly does a good job of doing like non-biased stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Angry dog.
Your turn.
The doggies. Well,
angry dogs.
Well, let's just say, worst case scenario, you're not getting heard by your physician. And we hear that a lot in the community. Would a telehealth provider be a good point to start? And what are some of the benefits of a telehealth provider?
Yeah, unfortunately, like you said, I mean, it's pretty common for physicians, NPs, PAs to, not listen sometimes, unfortunately. But telehealth is great, like we talked about, especially a telehealth that specializes in obesity management, because, I mean, that's what we specialize in. So we're going to listen. We know the struggles. We know the meds, and you're there for a reason. Just like going to a rheumatologist for your lupus or something like that, right.
Yep.
We do it all the time. But what are the benefits are, I mean, accessibility. It's a click of a button. You can do it on your lunch break. You can do it in your car, and right at your fingertips. You have, obesity management specialists that are accessible. So,
yeah,
awesome.
I can totally attest to the accessibility. I've had a telehealth appointment at 8:45 at night, like literally, and it's great because they know your history, and it's not like you have to wait months and months for an appointment. So, what sort of blood work is needed when starting a GLP-1? Also, what sort of blood work is required to test for insulin resistance?
Yeah, so technically GLP-1s themselves don't have monitoring blood work per se, but like I always, if possible, I always like to get cholesterol levels, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone labs, sometimes some inflammatory panels. Mainly the thyroid would be looking to see if there's something that we're missing. Underactive thyroid can slow the metabolism and cause weight gain or hair loss and all kinds of stuff. But outside of looking at, primary conditions, really there's no lab monitoring required. I like to see it for success. I mean, your cholesterol's down, your inflammatory panels are down, all those things. Like I'm on a GLP-1 right now, and I'm on semaglutide, and I'm going to do my labs every 6 months. My cholesterol's sky high. I mean, before I started this, I have a genetic condition that makes my cholesterol high. And so, I'm really just looking at it for success. If you do have any pre-existing conditions, we'll say like chronic kidney disease, that definitely needs to be monitored. Because these meds can cause a little dehydration, usually from the GI side effects. It's not the med itself. Studies actually show that it's protective of the kidneys. But if you, having an already lower kidney function, that should definitely be monitored. But other than that, nothing really. As far as insulin resistance, so that's a tricky one. Some people do fasting insulins. Some people do non-fasting insulins. I admittedly used to do fasting insulins and then figured out that was completely wrong because that's not how you're living. You want to see your insulin in your normal state when you've had lunch or dinner or whatever. So I just started doing random insulins and would have people eat and see what it shows. Is it high? Is it low? And usually high would be, insulin resistance because it's in the bloodstream. It's not being utilized by your cells. So insulin levels. Long story short, insulin levels.
Yeah.
Can you gauge an A1C from insulin levels, or do you have to do fasting glucose for that?
So A1C is actually a 3-month. That's a 3-month average. So if you're like specifically looking for diabetes or pre-diabetes or whatnot, you can definitely get a fasting glucose or a non-fasting glucose. But depending on what you're looking at. But the A1C is a 3-month average. So it doesn't matter if you're fasting or not. You can just, you can draw that thing whenever.
Okay. Good enough. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity-related diseases and disorders and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault. Let me tell you a quick story. I was telling Kat how I was regaining weight after my 100-pound loss using GLP-1 medications, and I was having snacky cravings and waking up at 3 a.m. and I had hot flashes and I was worried. But Kat was like, listen, I went through this last year. It's perimenopause and I started HRT, and she used this company called Winona. So I started going there to see if this was something that was going with me. Turns out it was, because I'm 46. And it's been amazing. It's taken a while to find the right dose, but once I did, it's just been huge. I've been sleeping. I feel more myself again. And the hot flashes are gone, which is, really bad. So I will tell you, it's just been so big for me. And so I wanted to partner with them on the podcast because
obviously many of our listeners are going through the same age range and definitely are having these issues. And there's just no need for you to suffer. So if you go to the link that's in our link tree, you can click on that and save money. If you go there and you meet all the criteria, this might be something for you to try. So I just want to make sure you had this great resource because it's just been such a big difference for me and Kat. Again, you can go to the link in our link tree and get what you need. Today's episode is brought to you by Ro, a telehealth platform that's changing the game of GLP-1 access. What sets Ro apart? Ro understands the challenges of navigating insurance hurdles and the skyrocketing prices of GLP-1 medications. That's why they specialize in getting insurance approvals for GLP-1s. And if insurance is a barrier, they go a step further by prescribing brand name zepbound vials for prices close to those of compound GLP-1s. With Ro, you're not just getting a prescription, you're getting a partner in your journey that's helping you access affordable treatment and guiding you every step of the way. Whether it's insurance approvals or cost-effective alternatives, Ro is here to make sure that you get the medication you need. Visit ro.co/plussides with a Z today to see how they can help you take control of your weight management journey with affordable, accessible care. That's ro.co/plussides with a Z, making healthcare work for you. Check out the link in our show notes for more details. Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Sides podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity, related diseases and disorders, and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault.